Good to see everybody. Uh, I thought I had something really simple for this morning. And then last night, all during the night, y'all kept waking me up and he kept speaking this one passage of scripture. And I was like, okay, I've got it. I know it. You're changing my plan. And that's okay because it doesn't need to be my plan. It needs to be your plan. And I promise I'm going to look this up first thing in the morning because it must have been 4 or 5 times that, throughout the night of him waking me up in this exact passage being put in my brain. So I'm going to share with you what he was sharing with me last night and hope that you find this encouraging. It's interesting because what it really kind of deals with, it reminds me of a podcast that I listened to lately, and it was a podcast by Christine Beadsworth, and it was on what was happening in Egypt as the plagues were descending and the differentiation that was made between the people of Egypt and Yah's people that were underneath the shadow of his hand, right? And so this is what he gave me this morning is reminding me of. And so I hope that you find it a blessing. I'm starting in Isaiah 64, and I'll go ahead and add that to the stream so you guys can see it too. It says, "Oh, that you would rend the heavens, that you would come down, that the mountains might flow down at your presence." One of my favorite artists, James Block, has a song that is "Rend the Heavens," and it's just beautiful. It's one of those ones that I've sung over and over, especially as I've been interceding for others. Okay. So I'm going to start again since I interrupted myself so that you get the flow of the word. "Oh, that you would rend the heavens, that you would come down, that the mountains might flow down at your presence. As when the melting fire burns, the fire causes the waters to boil, to make your name known to your adversaries, that the nations may tremble at your presence. When you did terrible things which we looked not for, you came down. The mountains flowed down at your presence." What does that sound like when a mountain flows down? I'm thinking volcano, right? it's wild weather, right? "For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither has the eye seen, O Elohim, beside you, what he has prepared for him that waits for him." All right. "You meet him that rejoices and works righteousness, those that remember you in your ways. Behold, you are wroth, for we have sinned. In those is continuance, and we shall be saved." He's saying, continue in me, right? "But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we do all fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. And there's none that calls upon your name, that stirs up himself to take hold of you, for you have hid your face from us and have consumed us because of our iniquities. But now, O Yahweh," you can kind of see this takes in like the time perspective of all of the history of Yasharel, right? Don't just boil it down to the moment that we're living in, but take into perspective, because Yah is outside of time. He's looking at his people as a whole. Okay. "But now, O Yahweh, you are our Father. We are the clay and you are potter. We all are the work of your hand." It's saying, finally, you've got a people at this time period that have a heart of flesh, that really want to worship you, that we are crying out, "Mold us and shape us into what it is that you would like for us to be." Okay. "Be not wroth very sore, O Yahweh, neither remember iniquity forever. Behold, see, we beseech you, we are all your people. Your holy cities are a wilderness. Zion is a wilderness. Yerushalayim, a desolation. And very interesting. Keep that in mind as we go through this little bit of a word this morning, okay? That Yerushalayim, as we had known it, is a desolation. All right. Our holy and beautiful house where our fathers praised you, it's been burned up with fire, and all our pleasant things are laid waste. Will you refrain yourself for these things, O Yahweh? Will you hold your peace and afflict us very sore? All right, so I want to go right into chapter 65. He's answering these questions. They've got a lot of questions. They're like trying to say, it's like his people are saying, we don't even have a regular temple anymore. And he's trying to say, look for the temple that I'm building, okay? Isaiah 65:1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. He's saying, I have spoken out into the highways and the byways of all nations and all people and all tongues, and those who have an ear. I don't care what bloodline they are. I don't care what color they are. It's those who have an ear to hear me. These are the ones I'm calling to. And all people. All right. I have spread out my hands all day unto a rebellious people, which walks in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. Sorry, let me keep bringing it here. A people that provokes me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifices in gardens and burns incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels, which say, stand by yourself, come not near to me, for I'm holier than you. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burns all the day. He's saying, this is not a sweet savor that I'm smelling. This type of thing that you're doing is an abomination to me. This is not pleasing to me, is what he's saying. Behold, it is written before me. I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your father together, says Yahweh, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. Thus says Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster. Okay, like think about this in the New Testament examples too, that we hear about new wine being put into new wineskins. Okay. Thus says Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one says, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth a seed out of Yaakov and out of Yehudah. So he's talking about all 12 tribes together, whether they were in the southern kingdom of Yehudah or the northern kingdom of Ephraim. Okay, he's talking about this seed that's going to come from both, that brings these houses back together. And I will bring forth a seed out of Yaakov and out of Yehudah, an inheritor of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. Okay, this is a dwelling place that's being prepared for us. Remember what Yahusha told us, my house has many rooms, and I'm going to go and I'm going to prepare a place for you. Okay. And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor. This had been a valley that was a troublesome place, okay? But he's saying, I'm going to make it a valley at this place that had been a place of trouble. I'm going to make this for my flocks, which is Zion, okay? I'm going to make this a place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me. But ye are they that forsake my Yahweh. So, I mean, he's going back and forth between, he's differentiating between his elect that are seeking him and those that have said that they were his people, but they have no interest in seeking him, because all of scripture was written for the admonition of Yasharel, but not everybody's willing to walk the narrow path. And he's making a differentiation here. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for Gad. And this is the name of a deity here. Let me turn over for my notes. This is a Canaanite god that was known as Fortune. Okay. So let me read this again. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for Gad, and that furnish the drink offering unto Mene. These are both um, deities, false gods, if you will. Gad is called fortune, and Mene is called fate. So these are gods of fate and fortune. Okay. It's like, it reminds me, of like putting everything in there, that you've got into belief that whatever you've got in your 401k or the stock market and the gambling and the way that this world works, I'm going to cast all my belief into that fate and fortune, right? Instead of believing in Yah and his provision. Okay. So, but ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for Gad, and that furnish the drink offering unto Mene. Now, you can really see this when you look at the prophecies in Amos, because he's talking about you who have trusted in the mountain of Shamron. That would mean like the way that the mountain of Samaria, but it's a Samaria that trusted in what Assyria set up, that migrated into the lifestyle of their captors, that left their heritage behind and took on the lifestyle of their captors and became enmeshed in that system. It's the same principle. Okay. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spoke, you did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. See, he's differentiating again. He's saying there's going to be a people that dwell in a spiritual Goshen, right? That my hand is upon. And there's going to be a difference between those who have sold their soul unto this world and that system, and all their hope and their trust is in how this world works. And they're going to find it highly disappointing. And there's going to be a huge difference between those who have put all their hope in me and they're trusting in me. Okay. Therefore, thus says Adonai Yahuwah. I'm in Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of the Ruach. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For Adonai Yahweh shall slay you, and shall call his servants by another name. He's giving us a new name. That he who blesses himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Elohai of truth. And he that swears 7 oaths in the earth shall swear by the Elohai of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from my eyes. For behold, I create a renewed heavens, a renewed earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into my mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more than an infant of days. Like the babies aren't going to die young anymore. That's what he's telling us. Nor an old man that has not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old. Youth, right? Preserved youth. This is what we have to look forward to. But the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. And they that build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. He's saying no longer will the work of your hands be stolen away by the evil world systems of this earth. That won't be happening anymore. And they shall not plant and then another come in and eat. Right? He's saying, when you work hard, you'll be rewarded in that. And you'll get to see your reward, because right now we don't live in that kind of a system. We live underneath tyrannical, despotic systems that feel like it's their right to just go in and steal and the things that others have worked for. It's very difficult, and it can cause sorrow into your soul if that is what your soul has put its hope in. This is why we can't put our hope in that. It's not time, it's all upside down. They're calling evil good and good evil, and that's the time frame that we live in. Okay, in Isaiah 65:23. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. He's saying there's not going to be a delay in what you need and in your prayers, because I'm going to be there instantaneously to meet those needs. Right now there's a lot going on, and sometimes it feels like the answers for our prayers are delayed. It's hard, but he does see us, and he will take care of us through this time period. But it's not an easy time period to live in. So we have to have our hope fully anchored in who he is and his promises. And we have to have his long range view of what things actually are and what's going to take place. And don't give up on that long range view. Where our faith is not a sprint, it's a marathon. All right. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, says Yahweh. Now this, I had a little connection. Let me get over here and remove this. Oh, good to see all the comments. Thank you for everybody being here. I appreciate you guys. Good to see you all. All right. This may be a little bit longer this morning. I'm trying to even look. Yeah, I'm already at 19 minutes, but we're not doing a Let's Talk tour today. So I'm just going to take my time with this. And I just have a few more things that I really wanted to share with you. One of them is what I was reading. I found a connection to in the book of Enoch. So if you've got a Sefer, then you've got a copy of Enoch. I am going to be, let me see where my connection is here, in chapters 38 and 39. They're very short, but I wanted to share this with you because it's a connection to this passage out of Isaiah. All right, so Enoch 38:1, parable the first. When the assembly of the righteous shall be manifested. Okay, so this is what we were just reading about. So now when it's fully manifested, when we can truly see this is coming into being, right? And the sinners be judged for their crimes. Okay, so now he's getting to see this in its fullness. Okay. I'm going to start again and I just wanted to give you that context, because these things can be tough to wrap our minds around, because it can be a little bit esoteric in its language, because he's seeing a vision, because Enoch saw all this before, I believe before the flood of Noah. So this was some ancient writings here, right? All right. So, Enoch 38, parable the first, when the assembly of the righteous shall be manifested, and sinners be judged for their crimes, and be troubled in the sight of the world, when the righteous one appears in the presence of the righteous themselves, who will be elected for their works, weighed by Yahweh Zavaot. So, is what we do important? I would say so. The work of our hands and what we choose is very important. Okay. It's not what saves us. Salvation only comes by the blood of Mashiach. But the work that we choose and our choices are extremely important. It's weighed by Yahweh Zavaot himself. And when the light of the righteous and the elect who dwell on earth shall be manifested, where will the habitation of sinners be? And where the place of rest for those who have rejected Yahweh Zavaot? It would have been better for them had they never been born. When too the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed, then shall sinners be judged, and impious men shall be afflicted in the presence of the righteous and the elect. What's he talking about? The secrets of the righteous being revealed. It's all those things that we do that, just like my husband was talking about yesterday, it's the things that we do that only ourselves and Yah knows. It's the prayers that we pray that only he hears. It's the cries of our heart. It's the good deeds that we do that he alone sees, right? Because we're not out there doing it for man's sake. We're not trying to get man's attention by what we're doing. We're not praying loud prayers in public to be seen of men, but we're going into our secret place, into the closet, and crying out for the needs that we're aware of. If that Yah can hear our prayers. He's the one who sees these things, and in time those things will be revealed, right? But and he's got his perfect time for that. These are the things that Yahweh Zavaot is judging, right? These are the things that are going in the scales of balance. In 38:4, picking back up where I left off, from that period, those who possess the earth shall cease to be powerful, right? Everybody who's in control right now, that power is going to come to an end. It'll be done. So from that period, those who possess the earth shall cease to be powerful and exalted. Neither shall they be capable of beholding the countenances of the holy. For the light of Yahweh Zavaot will have appeared on the face of the holy, the righteous, and the chosen. Wow. Yet shall not the mighty kings of that period be destroyed, but be delivered into the hands of the righteous and the holy. He's saying, I'm not going to destroy them. I'm going to deliver them into the hands of my righteous and my holy people. Nor thenceforward shall any obtain commiseration from Yahweh Zavaot. He's like, I'm not going to be listening to them. I'm not going to have pity on their pleas at this point, right? Because their lives will have been completed. It's over. At that point, it's done, right? Chapter 39. In those days shall the elect and holy race descend from the upper heavens. Okay, this is the time of the returning of the angelic realm, and their seed shall then be with the sons of men. Enoch received Sephirim of indignation and wrath, and Sephirim of hurry and agitation. Never shall they obtain mercy, says Yahweh Zavaot. He's talking about these fallen watchers that came and caused such havoc into the lives of humans. A cloud then snatched me up. Okay, so Enoch he's seeing all this in a vision and told to write it down and hide it away so that it would be revealed to this end time people. And it has been revealed unto us. It speaks very strongly to me about where we are on the time period, on the time clock of Yah. So a cloud then snatched me up, and the wind raised me up above the surface of the earth, placing me at the extremity of the heavens. There I saw another vision. I saw the habitations and resting places of the Kodashim of the righteous. There my eyes beheld their habitations with the angels and their resting places with the holy ones. They were entreating, supplicating, and praying for the sons of men. while righteousness like water flowed before them, and mercy like dew over the earth, and thus with them forever and ever. At that time my eyes beheld the dwelling of the elect, of truth, belief, and righteousness. Countless shall be the number of the holy and the elect in the presence of Elohim forever and ever. Their residence I beheld under the wings of Yahuwah Sabaoth. He's saying that he could see that this time period that we lived in, who the righteous and the elect were, and that they literally dwelled underneath the wings of Yahuwah Zavaot. Now, if that's not a promise of encouragement for us, I don't know what is, right? All the holy, finishing in verse 7 here, Enoch 39:7. All the holy and the elect sung before him in appearance like a blaze of fire, their mouths being full of blessings and their lips glorifying the name of Yahweh Zavaot, and righteousness was incessantly before him. How glorious, right? There was I desirous of remaining. I mean, Enoch's like, don't ever take me out of this place. I just want to be here forever. Right? I mean, and I feel that. I can't wait to be there. I'm determined to finish my course. I don't want him to take me out of here 1 second before he knows that I've accomplished every mission that he's given me to accomplish. But when he says it's done, I'm ready. I am ready because I can't wait to be in his presence, right? With all the veil removed and to see him as he is rather than through the veil darkly, dimly, because that's all I've got right now. It's all by faith, right? There was I desirous of remaining, and my soul longed for that habitation. There was my antecedent inheritance, for thus had I prevailed before Yahuwah Zavaot. At that time, I glorified and exalted the name of Yahweh Zavaot with blessing and with praise, for he has established it with blessing and with praise according to his own good pleasure. That place long did my eyes contemplate. I blessed and said, blessed be he, blessed from the beginning forever. In the beginning, before the world was created, and without end is his knowledge. What is this? What is this world? Of every existing generation, those shall bless you who do not sleep, but stand before your glory, blessing, glorifying, exalting you, and saying, the holy, holy Yahweh Zavaot fills the whole world of the Ruachot. There my eyes beheld all who without sleeping stand before him and bless him, saying, blessed be you, and blessed be the name of Elohim forever and ever. Then my countenance became changed until I was incapable of seeing. He's saying, I was having this open vision. I could see it. And then the veil came back over my eyes and I couldn't see it anymore. Right? Because he was in the flesh. So I just have one more thing to share with you guys. All right. And this is out of, let me see where I wanted to go with this. Sorry. I believe it's in Revelation. Yeah. Revelation 21. That's where I'm going with it. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen for you. I know that makes it easier sometimes to be able to see. Like I've said, I'm sorry I'm going a little longer than my 20 minutes this morning. I'm already into 30 minutes, but I hope this is a blessing for you. And since we don't have Let's Talk Torah coming up, I figured I'd just take my time and do a thorough job of what y'all was showing me. All right. So here it is. Let me add this to the stream so you guys can see it. So this is just Revelation. It's Revelation 21, the new heaven and the new earth. See, all these connect together. All these scriptures have the similar theme. And I saw a renewed heaven and a renewed earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, Yochanan, saw the holy city, renewed Yerushalayim, coming down from Elohim out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her man. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Elohim is with men. This is that living stones tabernacle. Each one of us that chooses Elohim, we are a stone. We are a segula, a treasured stone, right? Not just a regular rock, but a treasured stone, a precious stone. Okay. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Elohim is with men, and he will tabernacle with them, and they shall be his people, and Elohim himself shall be with them and be their Elohim. And Elohim shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away anymore. All right, so picking back up in Revelation 21:5, and he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I will make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcomes shall inherit all these things, and I will be his Elohim, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and the unbelieving, here we see again the differentiation. We've got choices. We've got a choice to make, right? He wants us to choose life, not death. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and the murderers, and the whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And there came unto me one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's woman. And he carried me away in the Ruach to a great high mountain, and showed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from Elohim, having the glory of Elohim, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Yasharel. Now, I'm not going to take the time to go through each one of these. It goes through, but I just did want to share that with you guys this morning. And I hope it was a blessing. Like I said, I'm sorry it was a little long, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope